Hey guys, it's Broman here in Destiny to go over some changes to the Vault of Glass. Now, these changes will be implemented today! Hooray! Change day! And some of these changes are going to definitely affect strategies. Now, if you've been cheesing the Templar or Atheon, those have been fixed. You're not going to be pushing Atheon off the edge anymore. Or you might. Who knows? You could find a way, I'm sure. Someone always does. But the current methods for cheesing the bosses have been patched. So, no more pushing Atheon off the edge, and no more hiding way out on the Templar. Now, this is going to present some interesting issues if you've never done the Vault proper before, but if you have been doing the Vault proper, there's also some changes that are going to affect you, and I have a couple pieces of advice that you might be interested in to deal with the Vault of Glass. We're just going to watch the Praetorians here take over all of our plates as the Spire kind of forms. So the first change, and probably the largest and most important change to your method of doing the Vault of Glass, is that Atheon is now randomly going to teleport people into the time portals. Now what can you do about that? This seems like really hard to deal with. Right? I have a home team and I have an away team, and that's how we've been doing this for a long time. So I've been talking with some members of my raid group, specifically T-Rex, and his suggestion, and I think this is really good, is that you should give yourself a priority system on your team. You can prioritize it via DPS, or experience carrying relics, or however you'd like. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to say, these are our this is how we're doing it. We have our two most experienced relic holders, and they're like priority 1, priority 2, and then we have the people who kind of know what they're doing. So, you know, we have our 3-man and our 4-man, and then we have our DPS folks, or the folks who are always going to be dealing with the oracles, and they are 5 and 6. I'm great at counting today. And in doing that, we can guarantee that the 2 folks will never have to pick up the relic when we prioritize like that, because one of the 4 is going to be in there at all times, and we can always have 2 people that we know, if they're in there, they're going to be taking out oracles, and that's extremely important. The other thing is, obviously, you're going to have to be shifting sides, so making sure that you are calling out, you know, brown side, green side, or past and future, or whatever monikers you and your vault buddies have come up with, in order to shift everyone from the outside, from the one to the other portal. So that way folks know exactly where they need to go. You know, other than that, the Atheon fight proper, you know, killing the oracles, getting times vengeance, and then doing damage to Atheon, is going to be pretty normal. But the other thing that is, at least in our case, going to be advantageous is that we were used to not bundling up in the middle. Oh, look at this guy. He's looking cute. We were used to not bundling up in the middle to do damage, but this way we have everyone on the outside with flow, and it's going to force people moving across the map, and it's going to make it a little bit easier for everyone to be in DPS range. One of the other big dangers that's going to be coming up from the Vault of Glass change is that everyone, since all the movement is happening outside, supplicants are obviously going to be a little bit bigger of a threat. Not to mention that Atheon's going to be a bigger threat, because he's going to be wandering around outside, and he's going to be pushing in your crap if you do not pay attention to where he's shooting. So the burden on everyone participating in the vault is going to be much greater at the Atheon fight, because you're not going to be able to have set roles. Personally, I think that it's a very challenging change. I don't know if it was necessarily a change that I'm excited about. I mean, I really enjoyed doing the vault the way that it was. It felt like mastery was something that was attainable, and this adds a new element to it that makes it a little bit more difficult. But I think any team, if you implement a ranking strategy for going inside of the vault, or if you implement yourself, you know, DPS ranking system, or however you want to do it, and you make sure that you are calling out where you're at, and everyone is aware and having good communication, you're going to have a good time in the Vault of Glass. It's going to be a nice team challenge, and definitely feel more challenging, but every time that you increase the challenge on something, you're also going to increase the reward, which is something I absolutely love. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope that our thoughts as a team on the Vault of Glass might help you and your buddies with the Vault of Glass. And me and my buddy here, who just won't seem to leave, wish you adieu. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time in Destiny. Until then, remember that I freaking love each and every one of you. I wish you great success with the Vault of Glass changes, and I will see you around Destiny. You have a fantastic night, guys, and I'll see you soon.